Hi, it's Gene, retired in Mexico. And if you're new to the channel, we ask one question here, which is, do they write them and sing them like they used to? Now, a lot of people, young and old, they think the old music is better, but I'm not so sure. And we've been championing the music of the 21st century for, oh gosh, I'm coming up on 2 years now for this channel. And right now, we're taking a little reversal. We're taking some pot shots at sacred cows from the pop charts of the 1970s. And here's the thing, I had a community poll that I ran on this, and you guys let me know. We're down to the final four. So this is based on an NCAA tournament bracket. We started with 64 songs, and we're down to the last four. So this is where the rubber meets the road, right? And the community poll, the question is, am I going to go with the community poll? Now, we only had 18 people, but I appreciate the 18 people who voted, and I think their pick was pretty good. So the first one is Wayne Newton, Daddy Don't You Walk So Fast, versus Think, Once You Understand. And the community poll was Think, Once You Understand is the worst song of the two. Now, I have to confess to you, for the last 30 years, Wayne Newton's Daddy Don't You Walk So Fast has been my least favorite song of all time. Okay, but times do change. And there were songs that I didn't know. So, of these four, there's two of them that I don't remember hearing on the radio. I heard Wayne Newton, and later we're going to talk about Dan Hill. But let me just play a little bit for you. If you want to hear the whole song, you can go back to round four and where we had the Elite Eight. But these songs are now seared in my brain. I can sing, my little daughter running after me, crying, "Daddy, don't you walk so fast." And as long as you're under my roof, you'll do as I say, and things get a little easier, that kind of thing. So let's play just a little bit of Wayne Newton, just to refresh everybody's memory what the song is.
The love between the two of us was dying, and it got so bad I knew I had to leave.
Okay, just a taste. By the way, I never mentioned this before, but my father met Wayne Newton, shook his hand and talked to him and always talked about it, but I, for one, have never been a big fan of his voice. Let's go to this next song, Once You Understand.
Things get a little easier once you understand. Things get a little easier.
I'll be expecting you to get a haircut by Friday.
Forget it, Dad. That won't change anything.
Forget nothing. You'll do as I say as long as you're living in my house.
Things get a little easier once you understand. Things get
He knows I'm not feeling well, and yet he doesn't take one.
So that's it. So just a little taste of both of them. So the question is, am I going to stick with my least favorite song in the last 30 years, or am I going to go with the community poll? Well, this is a song that I was not familiar with that I can remember before doing this series. And I'm going to agree with the community. We're going to drop the Wayne Newton out of. So there you go. My least favorite song in the last 30 years. It's gone now. And we'll advance Think, Once You Understand. So thank you to the people who voted in the community poll. I agree with your choice. So the next two songs are Dan Hill, Sometimes When We Touch, and Clint Holmes, Playground in My Mind. So it's the same thing. I can just hear Sometimes When We Touch, the honesty's too much, or my name is Michael, I've got a nickel. I can hear all of that in my head. So let's go ahead and just sample. Okay, I'm back, and here's the Dan Hill. We'll just play a little bit of this.
and I choke on my reply. I'd rather hurt you honestly than mislead you with a lie. And who am I to judge you?
Okay, so here's the Clint Holmes.
When this old world gets me down and there's no love to be found, I close my eyes and soon I find I'm in a playground in my mind where the children laugh and the children play and we sing a song all day. My name is Michael, I got a nickel shiny and new. I'm gonna buy.
All right, so this was the overwhelming one with 44% of the vote. To me, it's a tie between Dan Hill and Clint Holmes. I mean, it's neck and neck, and I can't really make up my mind which song I like the least. So I'm going with the community poll. I think that's a fair bet. This one's a little bit more disturbing. So that's it. So we're going to advance the Think and the Clint Holmes, and those are the final two. So that's our playoff. And the next one will be to decide which of those two songs is the worst song of the 70s. If you like what we're doing, hit that like or subscribe button. It really helps. And as we say here in Bonita, Mexico, buen dia.